Hey, hey, hey. If you're just jumping on, timestamps always going to be in the description box. I just took my hair down and we're just going to do the next couple days. I was looking at something. Oh shit, I forgot. I need to upload Patreon. Hold on. um Hey, hey. I'm just uploading Patreon. So I did weeklies on Patreon. Your weeklies last week went to well, I have to look. I don't think I'm not doing your weeklies tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Um Weeklies next 7 days. So I did the 3rd to what?
Scientists have discovered some people have a secret
3rd to the 10th. Okay. All right. So that's what made me think about just coming on now, because I just did I feel like I'm repeating myself. I just did weeklies for Patreon, and some of that energy most definitely came in. It wasn't that video though, now that I think about it. Did I do one after that? South Node. That's what it was. South Node. You guys like my little clutter? Yeah. When I was in the hospital, my mom, you should have seen what she did with my clothes. She's like, "You've been back for like 1 week and this is what you do?" Yep. That's me. All right. So this is why. Hold on. This is why I came on. So, a whole lot of precious time to do it, to do it, to do it, to do it right. Did that come in last week? It's gonna take time. A whole lot of precious time. Alright. You know where to find me if you need me. YouTube. Love you. Okay. Oh. Okay. So I was doing weeklies on Patreon. I completely spaced what I was saying. And it reminded me of the South Node reading for like week 1, which I believe we started on the 6th, and then it was kind of like real heavy and then kind of like subsided. Kind of getting the same vibe. So I think let me just read this real quick. Because I found a cool new app for astrology. And it's got green days and red days. So if it's the red, how do I do with that? So the red days are physical and the green days is like mental. So I can break things down that way. The number box indicates the strengths of the day. The red pink number, you can expect more physical energy. If the green number If it's a green number, you can expect more mental energy rather than physical. The higher the number, the greater the impact. Red days are inclined by challenging, possibly stressful, while green days tend to be a little easier. So it's so funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny because like that a lot of the heavy energy um from the read that I just did for the start of the week of the 6th makes total sense. So I'm liking this new website. Um if the block if the box is blank, we should expect to be influenced by one type of if the box is blank, I didn't read this yet. If the box is blank, we should expect to be influenced by one type of energy more than the other. Do we have any blank boxes this week? Just 2 on the 11th. So, yes, did this. I just kind of been like at work when I like on my downtime, like finding like little apps and stuff, right? Um, I don't know if like astrologers or people who do astrology, I'm sure they find this stuff all the time. Um, I don't know if they're telling you about these sites or if they're just kind of like, well, it's feel good energy and blah blah, like as if like they know what it's gonna be, like kind of using it to their advantage. Why using the cards? I'm not that person, so I want you guys to have this stuff, you know. I left my scrunchie over there. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Thank God you're here. Guidance. Yeah. He's one back, right? Well, yeah. I mean, we've even know. I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at yeah. We kind of knew that though with the last couple reads because what was it? We ended with the north. We ended with the south, but with the north node. The way I did it without I even realizing I did it, I read into like the following week or something, or continued. Like we were 1 week into it anyway. It was something like that with like 2 videos. And this week is a shit week. It's just I wouldn't say it's a shit week, but it's a hard week, you know? So I will tell you. Today's the 6th, okay? No, it's not. It's the 7th. So see if this works for you. Okay. So again, I'm gonna say it real quick and I'm gonna tell you everyone's sign. And tell me if you were actually in that energy for today. But hold on. I just want to put the little initials right there. There's Aries, there's Taurus, there's Pisces, there's Cancer, Justice, Libra, Sag. Right. It's Gemini. No, I don't want to write over my things. Hold on, let's stop 1 second. I just want to see what planets are in there. Let's just see if the last couple days have kind of been like that for you. And what was I just going to do? Oh, yeah, planets. Well, so I almost wish. Red days are more challenging and stressful, while the green tend to be a little easier. So yesterday, what's this go up to? The highest number I see is a 14. So I'm assuming like 5 and above. I'm assuming like 5 and below would be like probably normal. 5 and up will be, I think you would feel the effect for sure. And if it's like 8 or higher, you might be losing your shit. So that might be a thing. So what's that with yesterday? Oh, let's do it this way. Yesterday, for those were in more of the physical energy of like going versus mental, that would be Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Caps. More mental energy would have been Taurus, Gemini for sure, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Leo for sure. Leo and Aries are both the same. Scorpio, Sag, you'd probably be feeling it. Caps, borderline, Caps and Cancer are the same. Aquarius, probably not so much. And Pisces, probably not so much of like the physical. So I'm saying it wrong. This is new to me too, right? So I shouldn't even have mentioned the other ones. I'm going to start over. Don't shoot me. I'm new to this. Don't shoot the messenger. Make sure you take into consideration too. Sun, moon, rising, that type of stuff, Venus. Especially Pluto and Neptune if you know what they are, but I don't want to get too deep into that. Red days seem to be more challenging, possibly stressful. So those are the days I just did, like challenging, kind of stressful. While green days seem to be easier. So they're saying yesterday, the ones that really got challenged with like challenges and stress, that type of thing, was Aries, Cancer, Leo for sure, Aries for sure, Caps for sure. Today, for the more stressful, challenging, Aries, but they took it down a notch from yesterday because yesterday was 9 and today you went to a 4. Taurus, you got a 4. Gemini, you had a 1, so something might have like irritated you. Leo was an 8, so they were still kind of up there today. Actually, Libra yesterday was a 9. Leo wasn't actually. So Leo was kind of more like mental. And then Caps, you're at a 5 for yesterday. So, right? So you all would have took it down a notch. If you're a Leo, you would have took it up a notch today. That's for sure. So Today, Aries is a 4, Taurus is a 4, Gemini is a 1, Leo is an 8, Libra is a 4, Sag is a 4, Scorp is a 1. I think the ones, green days are more mental, but seem to be a little easier. But these numbers are awfully high. So I'm assuming like Virgo, Caps, Aries, and Pisces, it was probably a little intense. Tomorrow, Leo's going to be affected. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, Leo, I'll tell you right now, you're both 11, but you're opposite boxes, right? So if a Leo's dealing with a strong Aquarius or vice versa, it's one's like you won't be on the same page. It's the complete opposite. And the complete opposites tomorrow too is Aries and Libra. And they're at a 3, so it's kind of like it's going to be a little challenging, but probably not throughout the entire day. And then Taurus and Scorpio tomorrow match each other at 6. If you're a Virgo or Pisces, it's going to be more mental. And that doesn't mean a bad thing, right? You can expect more mental energy rather than physical. So, like, you're more in your head than you are, like, either running around or crazy busy. And what it means by physical, I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming that can mean like physical, you're training, you're in the gym. It could be you're angry, you need to cool off. You know what I'm saying? Mental is more like you can either be impacted a lot or a little, depending on if you're an overthinker or you overanalyze, things like that. So I'll have to figure out how to incorporate this somehow. If I place myself here with my strongest, like say yesterday, my strongest suits. I don't have much Libra in my chart. Or that. Cancer. Yeah, that would make sense for me for yesterday. Because I got a lot of Taurus, but that was a 2, so mental, right? Got a lot of Gemini, but it's a 6. And I was in my head a little more than normal. Cancer itself, sun sign was a 5, and it wasn't like awful, but it wasn't great. Again, I don't have that much Libra in my chart, so I can't really be precise there. So it wasn't over the top for me, and that actually meshes with my energy. And it's probably give it take a couple days on how you even relate to I'll figure out an easier way to obviously incorporate that, but give it take a couple days. I'm assuming here and there, unless it's like dead on for some of you guys. I guess it just depends on how you guys are with transits. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Like how the energy affects you. I feel like decisive. There's lots of opposites. I'm wondering, like, I can probably peg it on certain days. That would be completely mumbo jumbo. Like the 9th, which is Thursday, maybe. The 7th is what? Today, and that's what? Monday? Monday, Tuesday. So Wednesday, everybody's energy, that's ironic. Everybody except for Gemini and Sag. So if you got a lot of Gemini and Sag, I don't see you having much downtime. But everybody else has a 1 for mental. So they say the mental days seem to be a little easier. So probably less chaotic. So I wonder where So we have transits on the 9th. Why is it so mellow? Nothing. I bet you nothing's moving. So starting on the 8th, 27 to 12. Well, that's a big jump because it's 27 degrees in Taurus. No, that's a 27 degrees in Taurus. It moves a little bit. 28 degrees in Taurus. Tiny bit. And then it goes from that to Gemini, but the shift is kind of slow. The 9th, right? Yeah. There's really nothing happening on the 9th. Because we have Sag, Taurus, Venus, Jupiter. Well, it goes into Jupiter. So that's ironic because for what it says for the ninth, it says words abound and messages fly to the next back and forth for the next couple days when talk will be cheap but follow through may not be. It's a good time for making new contracts or developing old ones and for putting your finger on feelings that you've been waiting for the right kind of expression. So say what you mean on this day. Don't be afraid to change it, refine it, or on the fly. I could see why I'd be okay with like good timing for contacts or developing certain relationships or trying to put your finger on something because it's like the energy is not it's not chaotic. You have time to you won't be in your head like that, right? So and then when I compare that to that and it starts getting heavy again, it makes sense. And then when I look at my read going into the 10th through what was it, like the 17th? And this is just numerology, but and there's a lot of movement on the 8th. You guys probably felt the movement today too. There was a lot of movement today. Like a lot of movement. Like we just went into Taurus right now. But at 11:59, right before even like midnight hits, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go into Cappy and then back into Taurus. So you went Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Cappy for the next few hours. And then at midnight here, my time, Taurus, Taurus, Cappy. So that seems to be a little subtle. And then the energy picks up. Oh, damn, God damn. Oh, damn. Sorry, Spirit. What's the 10th? What's the 10th on this? Yeah, that's high too. You want to know who's going to have a tough time on the 10th for sure? Virgo and Pisces. But listen to me. You got to know how much you have of what in your chart. Like I got 4 placements of Scorpio. I got 4 placements of Gemini. I got 4 placements of Taurus. Everything else is just I got a couple places of Cancer. You know what I mean? I only have 1 placement of Pisces. You know, it's things like that. Like the more you know your chart, It would make sense because I wouldn't look at this and be like, because I'm a Cancer, and if that was a blank box, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm scared." No, no, not really, because I only have 2 placements of Cancer. Get what I'm saying? This is why I said, like, it's important to go to that cafe astrology and download, like, what you have. It will literally break it down, everything for you. So in a very simple manner. So so the actually it's the 11th, going into the 11th, and it's still Virgo and Pisces, where if you got a lot of Virgo and Pisces in your chart, you'll probably find yourself irritated. If the box is blank, we shouldn't expect to be influenced by one type of energy more than the other. Oh wait, no, 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 I was wrong then. So maybe you're gonna have really good days. See, did I just make you happy? So don't panic. It's like unknown. So it must be like during a transit. So today, when I'm looking at this, someone needs to talk. But if I'm looking at this, today was a shit show for some of you guys too. That was some major degrees of planets moving. Because we got the moon tran. And then it goes into Venus. So, like, for instance, starting this morning, like, this is what we have for February. Like, there's a lot. So, I don't know if, like, it came in spurts, like, and started, looks like early morning was probably kosher. Mid morning into noon was probably good. From noon to like 3, I'd say from like 3 on was probably got a little unstable for some of you. And from here until the rest of the night, decisions, that type of stuff, figuring out what's best, trying to like minimize as much conflict as you can. So, this is what it says for different times of the day. Good feelings may be taken for granted today. So, you might not, so you might go out of your way to appreciate them. Positive elements today are the little things in life. So invest in the small things for the long haul, and you'll be sure to get something in return. So there's not a big turnover when it comes to certain stuff. But then it says you'll also be able to do the right thing if you flow and let stuff grow with the little stuff. It also says today has strength and the energy written all over it. A good time for a powerful breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and getting down back to the basics and what you really need to deal with, and whether or not you need to pick up speed, which speed is what definitely needs to be picked up, or you just need to have a good time and with getting physical. A strong side, I'd say, will establish how you're about to get to the finish line. In mid-afternoon, depending on where you're at, it was probably a little more unstable than normal. It's like currents around the whole situation, world affairs, sudden outbursts can be expected, temper fits, annoyances, sudden out of the blue, cries of eureka, surprises that startle, realizations, turnarounds, new emotions, experiments, good adventure, and just kind of like keep an eye out. Mind you, this is all for today. And then you have like right now, as in like 7 o'clock, knowing what you want in order to move forward and not taking an opportunity because there's something today where you're like, that's it. Yep. It's like that, right? And then what you want to fall into place. So you want to take a chance. You've been waiting for it, right? And then it's like sharing goals and deciding to mutually go or move forward will be the best for all possible situations right now with anybody, with a minimum conflict resulting later. So you can tell like that's a lot of like mental. So let's actually compare this because this is probably how they're comparing it, right? So this seems to be the heaviest, but that's the transit. Okay. That's why it's all planets moving. And it's like an exact lineup in Taurus. Because you got the moon and then you got Saturn and you got the moon and then you got Venus. See, you guys were like all planets today. The only one that even showed a little bit of face, like meaning like planets like we all know the planets, but like if it was like conjunct or that type of stuff, square, trine, yada yada yada. I'm looking for that's why. Because you had all of those transit. That's a whole lot. Yeah, it doesn't typically actually do that. Well, I mean, they're always moving, right? But this one went in and out. So kind of like one would station, one would move. Like Uranus would come in, then it would like just kind of like pause, right? Jupiter would come in, turn a little bit, pause. Then Mars would come in, turn a little bit, pause. So it could have been topsy-turvy for some of you guys today for sure, if you're super sensitive to energy. But that's like a whole lot of, for today, that's like a whole lot of like information in between like certain times of the day. Who sits down and does this? Jeez. Well, clearly astrologers. But like, I don't think I'd want to read this like a day ahead and be like, oh, all right, well, tomorrow's going to be a little unstable. The energy is going to be unstable. I don't know if I can know. Let's see what tomorrow holds. Sour grapes can be today's flavor. Fucking great. Displeases, uncomfortability, needing more confidence. I saw that in the read though. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's going to be heavy too. Friday would definitely go down a little bit. The 10th is the same way. But not much to tell you on the 10th though. But it's like the same thing. It's ironic. For 2 hours we'll be in Aquarius. There's a big shift there too. You might have a hard time sleeping tomorrow. So I got to figure out how to come in and break this down for you guys. Like in reads or something, incorporate it instead of like doing it this way, obviously, right? I was just telling you what I found, so I was like all excited. And I'm like, yes, this actually makes sense. That's, yeah. So, yeah. Small does not look fantastic. Oh, yeah, I was trying to compare the planets and stuff to see if it was on point, right? That's what I was going to do. So today, the heavy energy felt more like Taurus. I got a 4. No, see, they're not pinning it this way because Leo was the highest for today. Virgo and Pisces each had like a 10, but it was like mental, so not as challenging, but definitely in your head. In your head. So I wonder how they're doing their map. Interesting. Needless to say, I came on to just kind of like do a quick read and give you a little bit of heads up because I think a lot of people like we do our reads, right? And then we don't remember. Sorry, I try to hide it because I know it's contagious, but it was like obvious. And I don't think we remember some of the stuff like we read or like certain days or this and that. But I do remember now that I think about it that this week was really heavy and I kind of got reminded when it's a Patreon. So let's read. So we'll read on the 7th. The 10th. When's the 10th? Hey. When's the 10th? Thursday. Because I noticed in both reads the energy gets better February 14th when it's Monday. Let me look at that real quick next week. Which is ironic, guys, because the full moon is next week. I gotta do a full moon read this week. Damn, this one's gonna be a doozy. Fuck. Now I'm gonna let you know that this full moon's gonna be a doozy. You know, and I want to say the last one in Leo was hard on me too, and the one and I think it was their new moon that was had on me in Aquarius. Aquarius got the fucking best of me that moon. So I got a new deck. I did get the mermaid deck. Believe it or not, you know how I don't read the books? I opened the book and I started reading it just like real quick. And I only got to the major arcana, so I don't want to use that yet because I didn't finish reading it. And typically, I've never read a book like that. Like, I'm just like mind blown. And I said on YouTube the other day, I think the hangman came out or it was something. I'm like, I can't believe I got thrown by the hangman. I said, because typically it's the moon that gets it for me as like readers. We each have like our own cards where we're like, you know, like throw us. And for me, it's always the moon, always. And when I was started reading the moon, I started crying. Like I started for real crying. I was like, the fuck? And I don't know if it's because it was the first time like I related or when we were talking about moons, when we were talking about mermaids, I should say. And I kind of gave you my idea or my theory on mermaids or you know, I didn't really get into the whole theory, but for those who'd watched, for those who saw my little comments on YouTube in the community channel, like my thought of mermaids and why they're here, you know, like why they were here, why we believe it's such like a whole nother thing to get into. But basically to you know help the dead cross over like the sailors, that type of stuff. It's just a thought or a memory that's always been in my head when I always thought mermaids, even from like a little kid, like I always thought like creatures. I never thought like princess and Disney. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. So I for real cried. I'm sitting here crying as I'm reading this damn thing. And I'm like, okay. Like I don't even know how to I don't know, but I'll read it to you real quick. I knew this was dead. But this is the first time I actually understood the concept of the moon, and a lot of people think like there could be deception, things hidden, and the moon is all about like releasing, right? And there's this chaos and doing what's right and what's wrong, and knowing you should be doing this, and the energy's higher, and yada yada. But from like what I took from it was like we need to be using this moon for like healing. And I don't think there's too many readers, and I've never done it myself, where I'm like, all right, now it's time to heal. And we know when we release, it's time to heal, right? But just the way this went and just like the way it flowed, I don't know. I just took so much more from it than I thought I would. So it says, you may think all you know about the siren and her song. You may even think you know. I fucking hate when I can't read. You may think you know all about the siren and her song. You may even think that you know all about her story, but you could be wrong. Those who have been blessed with the gift of this song belong to the certain groups of healing sirens, dream sirens, warning sirens, and nightmare sirens, just to name a few. The healing sirens sing only under the light of the full moon. When they raise their voices across the ocean and the sky, and they sing to the healing chant, sending out the waves after wave of healing frequencies. These frequencies help with calming the world's tension, restoring the balance, and sending relief to those who are suffering. The full moon siren also does one thing under her unique fellow sirens. She calls the lost souls home. All those who were lost at sea and wandering the waves, she calls home with the vibration of her melody. This happens at night, the only night of the month when the moon's completely full. So when I was reading and she's like, and when it like really gets into it and it says all those who are lost at sea and wandering in the waves, she calls home. I was just like, that's what I imagine with mermaids, like from wherever my thoughts came in when I was a kid or wherever my head brought me when it came to mermaids. Okay. It was, like I said, it was never like the princess. It just wasn't. So it just hit home for me because I was shocked. And I wrote that on the community page. And I don't think I've ever heard that from anybody else or read documentaries on it or other people's beliefs when it comes to mermaids, to be quite fucking honest with you. So like I was shocked when I wrote it on the community page and gave you a little idea of like kind of what I thought. But and I know that's what it meant. Okay. So, and it can just be lost souls too, as like wandering and people that need help and yada yada. But to me personally, like that's her, like she calls the souls home. Those have been wandering in the waves, you know what I mean? Like that just brought me home to like when ships went down and you know what I'm saying? And there's wars and, you know, that was my perception. It was my vision that I always had of like the ones that save the ones from the sea. Like I can't even imagine having their job. And I think I even wrote that on the community page. So, but what I took from this is the full moon is like it's healing the earth through the vibration of the waves, and the earth is majority of water, right? It's just, I just fucking vibe with this chick. I'm like, I knew exactly where she was at and what she was trying to say. Like, I can't even explain it. So I was crying. I mean, I didn't even read like upright and reversed. But I mean, look at the moon card. I thought she was smoking a joint. You know, and it's just the her air or whatever. It's a song, it's the melody, right? But the frequencies of the moon, and it is like that, right? And it's trying, what it's trying to do, and what it's saying to me, it was like common, it's trying to calm the world's tension, which therefore would cause us tension, right? Crazy around the full moon, that type of stuff. But what she's trying to do, or what Mama Moon's trying to do, is restore the balance. So I never really looked at the moon as healing. And like temperance, a lot of people are like, oh, temperance is healing. The way she like explains things, or how she does her card, like temperance in here is not about healing. It's about pretty much like you're about to be tested, because after temperance comes the fucking devil, and everybody loves the devil. No one ever wants to get out of the fucking devil's den, right? When it's like feeding you, no one wants to get out of the devil's den, right? So it's the way she puts it. I can't even like explain it. I'm like, that makes so much more sense to me, because she's not taking the cards and saying not what they are. She's taking her gifts, she's taking her things, or she's taking how she thinks things work for her. And that's probably why the moon never made fucking sense to me. It never made sense to me. I always knew what it meant, but now this makes sense to me, because I'm taking, this is like tarot, how it's supposed to be used by planets. So basically, we're now taking the moon, the real live fucking moon. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it's for. This is what it's used for. That's why it's powerful to do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 because that vibration is strong. Why you always feel that urge or this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be beneficial. And now I know why they do, I always knew why they do like moon chants and running around like fires and certain, like, I get that part, but I've never like like equated it like that. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I know the moon card can be like emotional, right? But I didn't know it was like emotional, like healing. A lot of people will look at it as deception or something's hidden, and it's like, I think that's why it's always thrown me, is because in all reality, she's taking the planet, she's taking the zodiac, she's taking all of like the astrology part of it. Because this, and the ironic thing is, this deck she created around moon cycles. So I'm just shocked that I was like crying when I was reading this. And I was like, and I think for me, it was like when she calls the souls home. And I'm like, you know, I don't know if it was another lifetime. Well, I don't think I opened it right at the moon. I don't know if it was I don't think it was another lifetime. It could have been with all the past life energy that's coming out. Because now that we stepped into the South Node and we have to deal with that karma stems from past life. So now we're stepping into a new past life. So now it's going to be a new experience, bad or good. Everything's karmic. It becomes unkarmic when two decide to work on something. It will always be your own karma, but there'll always be someone else to trigger it, or some, see what I'm saying? And if that energy doesn't want to work with you, then they're not going to push through the karma. There's not much you can do, But Like, I'm not saying temperance is a test, but in a way it is, because the devil's next and the death is beforehand, right? So you're fully aware of like certain stuff, you're not happy about it, you know. But instead of like really healing and doing this, so many people, it's like hooking up with somebody, a rebound. Get what I'm saying? So it kind of is really a test. But the way I started interpreting the way she was reading it, she's not trying to change the card. She's actually interpreting it through like the moon, the actual moon. What its purpose actually is for a night of a full moon. Get what I'm saying? So it's I just really link with her. So I don't want to use the cards yet until like I've gone through it. And I'm not going to study the book, but I only read through the major arcana and I didn't read through the minor arcana yet. So Sheldon's waking up a little bit, I think. He's been out for a good 10 days. He's moving. He's moving. Really, Sheldon? You gonna wake up now? If he wakes up now, I can't do YouTube. Because he can't just go under his heating lamp. He'll die. He definitely moved. So, plan on doing a quick read anyway. I mean, I guess I could if he really gets up. Because I just adjust the water while he's in the tub until I get it up to his level. But he's usually in the tub for like an hour or so, and I really don't want to do tub watch. You really don't want to do tub watch. So anywho, I thought that was awesome. First time ever I was ever be able to relate to the freaking moon like that. Honestly, I don't think I've ever looked at the moon as a healing element. To me, I've always looked at it as releasing and all the other stuff, like because the tarot and books and certain stuff and readers and listening after all these years and and it just totally makes sense why I never was able to understand the moon until today, because I'm actually placing it with the moon. I know we place this. I know tarot is all based around, the planets and all that stuff, like astrology, right? Obviously, but like, there's just something about that. The way she expresses or the way she writes is like, man, I wish like that was the very first book I ever read. You know what I mean? Like when it came to tarot, because I never really, I think I read the book of like the very first deck I had just because I didn't really know anything about tarot, like the meaning of the cards like that. And so I started reading like in with my intuition and learning different ways. But I definitely went the hard way, learning tarot. So it's nice. Well, I know it's powerful, right? I get that. She says that's why we cleanse our crystals and all that. Yeah, I get all that, guys, but it's like it's I don't know if it's just because of that one word where she's like, and she calls them home. She calls the lost souls home. For you guys, you may look at that as, the lost and the wandering and yada yada and Mordain, right? I don't look at it like that. Like I see sailors drowning. Like things like that's what they are to me. You know what I mean? The kings and the queens, you got the gods, you got all that, you got King Titan, King Triton, I believe, right? Um so it's all like the underworld. We all hear about the other gods, you know what I mean? So Oh, I don't know how to like explain it or place it. It's just different from me. Poseidon, yeah. But I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know. Itchy. I can't explain it. Like when I started reading it, I'm like, yes, this is like right up my alley. Because when I picture creating my own deck, um, and I have been for years, and how I want to like tell the story, I'm kind of feeling her vibe on like it's a story. And it is a story. You go from the fool, you start and you go like this, and this, right? Not too many readers, or I think books necessarily break it down like that. And in my head, I always broke it down like that. And it's kind of how she breaks it down. And if she's not breaking it down that way, it's making it easier for me to break it down my way when I want to do it that way. I don't even know how to explain it. So, but and I only looked at the cards once. And when I was like flipping through the major arcana, I'm like, what did I skip that one? I was like, oh, cool. I didn't even see that one, you know? So, and I'm ruled by the moon. So that's cool too. So he did move a little again, but he hasn't like moved. He put his leg in now. I'm wondering if I should see if his eyeballs are open before I start. Sheldon, are your eyeballs open? Mama don't even got good eyes, but I'll peek. No, his head's still tucked in. Okay. So I meant to wake him up again Sunday. I think I woke him up last Sunday. I gave him a bath. I was gonna wait a couple hours before I fed him because he didn't poop. So I didn't feed him. And then he went back to sleep. I'm definitely gonna let him hibernate next year. Like I'm just gonna let him do the whole cycle. This year I was a little hesitant because they're really not supposed to. Not these ones. They can, but like I said, I'm just gonna let him do what he feels natural. So I gotta prepare next year. Nice little hibernation spot for him. I'm not putting him in the fridge. That's technically what you're supposed to do. So he'll probably stay like that until March, April. He is moving a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to wake up early tomorrow and bathe him for an hour before work because I don't want him to wake up and sit under the lamp. All right, I'll focus on him after. So just know the next couple days are gonna be topsy-turvy a little bit. And it really just depends on what it is. When is the full moon? Like the 17th, right? 16th. So you might start feeling that this weekend. So I don't think you're under that influence yet. Yeah, I don't think you're under that influence yet. So All right. 10th was Thursday. All right, let's go to the 11th. And then at some point, add dual weekend energy. Just go to the 11th. So I'll pull the cards first, and then I'll go back to this and kind of read what it says on certain days and see if it actually makes sense with the cards. Maybe we can not tweak, but I can we can get a little more advice if we know, if we have a little bit of like heads up. No, it doesn't. I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish that was a margarita. Okay. Hey, margarita. One is something margarita. Maybe there's a celebration this weekend. Hey, margarita. Hey, margarita. But hey, I want a fucking margarita. I need some tequila in my life, but not until my back is a little better. Okay. Alrighty, schnidies. I almost want to do like what's the best way for us to actually handle the energy, but I'm just not equipped right now to do that. So I'm going to start with today, February 7th, Tower. 7 of Swords. So that's not good. That's definitely getting caught up in something. Tuesday. I don't even think that's self-sabotage. That's like getting caught or truth coming out, or it was like a continuation from Sunday. Whatever that means. Tomorrow you got the Page of Pence with the Emperor. With the Ace of Cups. Now that's a big ass fucking jump. Damn. Damn. I don't know how to interpret that yet. Ace of Cups, 8 of Swords, but feeling stuck and a little restricted. So I don't think that's like an offer. I think somebody's starting something new and somebody else is pissed off. There's something irritating somebody. But it's like their own restriction if you think about it, right? What's Wednesday? Wednesday. Justice. 8 of Wands. Messages coming in Thursday. For those who are on Patreon, you're going to relate to that. Thursday is the High Priestess with the 6 of Swords. Friday, I'll move the lamp in a second. 3 of Wands. Page of Swords. Let me do Saturday. King of Wands, Seven of Cups, Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Hopefully that's a little better. Oh, it almost seemed like it was better the other way. What did I just do? Oh, come on. That was my plant. That was my plant. It's not really better that way either. What the fickle stickles? I literally have to do this. I didn't want to have to get up. Okay. That better be it. That better be the magic touch. Got the magic stick. Yep. Okay. You take that out of the equation right now. Okay. So today, somebody definitely, absolutely, hands down, caught you in a lie, or you're ready to, I wouldn't say vulnerability. This could be self-sabotage, but there's, to me, there's a lie there. There just is. Okay. It's just the vibe I'm getting. Something bickering about something. That was today. Tuesday. The Emperor is looking at somebody having a new start on some type of area study or busy at work. I don't know. The Emperor looks angry. I don't know if he's angry with himself. But it's like he has to do something, or somebody pissed him off today, or somebody's going to piss him off today, or pissed him off Sunday. But it's almost like he needs to follow his soul here, like see his own worth. So I don't know if there's like a conflict. I mean, it seems gentle, but it's not. This, I don't know, the vibe I'm getting, just, I don't know. Then you got Justice and the Eight of Wands on Wednesday. So this is about doing the right thing, making the right type of choices, and then communicating them. And then Thursday, you got the Six of Swords with the High Priestess. I don't know if this is listening to the intuition and learning and picking up on something, or if that High Priestess is an energy itself as like a feminine. And then on Friday, you have the Three of Wands and the Page of Swords. So, I just put it like this. I don't think that's your guides, okay? But that's the vibe I've been getting lately, and it just like dawned on me. But I don't think so. I think this is like a message coming that you possibly have been waiting for, or there's somebody like eyeing you. That's actually a little confusing. So we'll have to see what the influence is on that day, because there's something about that that's like, which day is that? 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Yeah, see, it said there was something with the 11th, 10th, 11th. It's throwing me off in the cards too. So that actually makes sense there. Where I said the 11th might be intense. But it feels like nothing, but it's something. I can't explain it. And then you have on Saturday the King of Wands and the Seven of Cups. To me, some of you guys have a stalker, and it's like, let me just fix this so you can see them all. Damn it. Dang it. It's just what's getting. situated. But then you can't see a little stalker. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you guys got a stalker. I don't know what that's about. Don't worry, he ain't doing shit about it. So don't worry about it. He's probably at home on the couch playing video games. So, all right, so now. Yeah, this is like getting caught up. I don't know what went down Sunday, but that's like getting caught up. I don't know if spirit's catching you up, catching yourself up. Because this at the bottom of the deck, when I flipped that, it was, feeling restricted. So I almost feel like it is self-sabotage, or this is something. It could be a payout, or if this is work, somebody else. I don't see a promotion or demotion, anything like that. This would be like if this is work, you came up with a creative idea or something was practical about something, you put your heart and soul into it, and your boss or somebody above you, higher management, is like pissed off. So I don't know if like you got like an award over the weekend, because this could be a boss, or if you got like an email like of admiration or something. People are really admiring you, and the higher management is like pissed. Yeah, I feel like you got to use your intuition. This is intuition on Thursday. I know I skipped Wednesday, but it brought me right to Thursday, which is ironic because chances are something can go in your favor, or there's some type of, if that has to do with court. Why did I feel court? Oh, justice. Hmm. If it's court, you'll probably just hear something. I don't think you're. It doesn't look like you would settle. It doesn't look It doesn't look like anyone's banging the gavel. Okay. Thursday. That's intuition. That's like getting the heck out of Dodge with something. And then we go Friday. It has something to do with your future, but it's like you're turning your back towards it, or somebody's turning their back towards it, and then it's like laziness on Saturday. It almost reminds me of like someone pouting. I don't want to make a choice. I don't want to make a choice. With the Seven of Cups, this isn't confusion. Sometimes it could be confusion, but this isn't confusion. It's like, what's priority? Like it's kind of okay. Some of you might interpret somebody as being lazy. They might not be being lazy. I don't see this energy taking action by any means. I feel like they're more watching, stalking, that type of thing, admiring photos, that type of stuff. Um, I feel like this energy is like, okay, how do I prioritize something? Because I almost see him looking into this cup. And if you notice, all the other cups are full and one is not. I want to say typically in all the Seven of Cups, I've never really noticed, but I thought they were all full. There's one that's like nothing in it. Like, so to me, your intuition is telling you something. It just, I don't know if you're like acting on it. So it's almost like wanting to prioritize or knowing they need to fill a cup. So I don't know what Sunday brings, but whatever happened yesterday created a tower. I do think this is self sabotage, but others, if this has to do with relationship, this was like having an opportunity for love, having an opportunity to ground something, and and you sabotaged it because I almost said reputation. It'd be reputation. Reputation. It's trying to get me to say two words again. It, there's something here about your reputation. It could be work, or it could be somebody who's worried about their own reputation if they were to offer offer up. You're dealing with a soul that's almost said agile came to me. Um isn't that like soft? What's the exact definition of agile?
According to
Oh,
Merriam-Webster, 1. Able to move quickly and easily, an agile athlete. 2. Having a quick mind, an agile thinker. Other words from agile.
why did I think that meant soft? Maybe fragile? I don't know. But I was getting like agile. So it's like the energy can move quickly, but it's choosing not to. You have two strong masculine energies. I actually don't see any feminine energy unless we just got the King of Wands and the Emperor, right? I really truly feel like that's intuition. So that would make sense, being able to move quickly, easy, agile. Maybe it means to me like slick or something. See, it's okay. So this person clearly is agile, but that's not where I was going with any of it. So they're trying, well, actually, if you think about it, it makes sense, right? They're trying to be a quick thinker because something just came in, something just happened with the Tower and the Seven of Swords. It's either self sabotage or lies came out. So they're trying to like think quick, like, so they're on their toes. So it looks like they're trying to do the right thing. Or this is somebody else and you're turning your back because it's like, it's like, I almost said like rolling the dice. I almost thought for a second I was playing CeeLo. So it's like a risk. Whatever they're thinking is a risk. And there is something here with reputation. I don't know if this person's worried about reputation. If they are dealing with a high priestess and it happens to be a high priestess energy versus intuition, it could be something taboo and they're not taboo. So there's something about repetition. See, repetition, like over and over and over. So you're dealing with somebody who's, whatever this is, has been on their mind for a very long time. Repetitive patterns, could even be patterns. But there's something different. It's like stealthy. And I think stealth mode is like incognito, right? It's like it's like they are doing something in agile, right? It's like because I think that agile energy comes because they need to do something because the Tower came in, if that makes sense. So something's been lingering since Sunday with a group of the collective here. Something's been lingering since yesterday. And this energy is now like, shit, I gotta think quick. I mean, they're capable of doing it, but I feel like they're not happy about it. It's almost like they know if they make this move, it needs to be practical and there needs to be emotions and there needs to be balance and better communication. So if this person is not that type of person and to normally put all of those elements together like a magician would, then this isn't going to happen. And I'm just being honest. Because typically the emperor does not demote loving energy and it's just So yeah, there is something here with intuition. Only because I came out once and it was like ended up being like the high priestess. But this is kind of like the intuition, but and so going into Friday, Saturday was 6, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 10, 11, where I said was up in the air. It makes so much sense, even on the board. It really, truly is. It's almost like knowing that they need to put something in that cup or open up some type of time frame or slot. You got to be dealing with a fucking workaholic or someone that's addicted to something, working out, addicted to working out, addicted to work, like something. I'm telling you, because it's almost like while they're sitting there, probably not doing much, they know they got to make room for something, but it's like they got way too many priorities. So normally the King of Wands is the king of action, but considering it's right next to the Three of Wands, it's like I feel like this energy here feels like they have time here. So I don't know if like this is false communication. We got to watch out there too and make sure that's not a secret, because something went down where this person wants to now think quick and they know they got to be smart about it. So be careful here, guys, because I don't know if this is going to be honest communication. Because, like I said, I feel like this energy would have a real tough time creating balance a day after the fucking tower came in. It kind of seems a little unrealistic, because this energy would have to come in, use their emotions, be practical, speak their mind when it comes to emotions and practicality and grounding a situation. The Emperor looks grumpy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. So you might want a little heads up there. Because even though I said agile and I thought it was like slow, so it's like slower energy, but it wasn't. It's like the opposite, needing to think quick on the toes. Like they're capable of doing it, but I don't think in this situation, because this is regarding love. The Emperor is usually all work, no play. This one plays, but now they're trying to figure out how to play. See what I'm saying? I also feel like this energy is kind of just watching you. So I don't know what went down over the weekend, but enough where you got somebody thinking they got to be quick on their fucking toes. Unless the universe stepped in and said, nope, not today. Because that's quick. How's it go from that quick to like, and then like, even more Dane? So tomorrow, which is this energy, let's see if we can make it relate. Sour grapes can be today's flavor. If you run into something that displeases you, just drop it. Don't push it past the end. People are feeling insecure, so avoid encouraging any negativity you encounter. New directions are not in order. They won't go far. Just wait a bit longer before you start your engine. Well, that might make a little sense, because that energy does look a little angry, right? So it's like a sourpuss face, but still trying to think quick. All right. And this is all for the 8th, okay? It's just different time slots and where the planets transition. Uncertainty and shifting grounds can mark the day's outcomes. And confidence may retreat in the face of challenge. Confrontation is the wrong game to play, but pulling out entirely, equally, is unsuitable. Make judge conscious compromise now, and the resulting situation will improve. But don't chase diminishing returns. So you might want to compromise and make judicial compromises. And it did say something there with like the courts for some reason. So if something's coming in regarding court and money, the Emperor's not going to be too happy. So don't make any harsh decisions. It's unless it, yeah. If it does have to do with court, and I felt that too for some of you. So let me, if there's something with court, I don't think you have to nay or yay. Like I said, I don't feel like the gavel's being gavelled. I did say that, didn't I? You might be dealing with somebody with an accent because I just said, didn't I? Really weird. Well, not weird, just not the way I would typically say it. I don't think you have to make a final decision unless you really want to. But it's your call. It looks like settling energy, right? It doesn't look disturbing. So I don't know if you're waiting on a phone call, if you put an offer in on something, or if you put an offer, like a counter offer. I don't know. And then, okay, so still for tomorrow, surprising and original ways to channel energies to get things done fast at a faster pace and more entertaining lifestyle. Newness sparks energy, and there's openness for the future. For future thinking allows you a greater scope of action. It's time for you to start launching almost anything and jump into it and start to get the ball rolling. So this energy is aware of that. But it looks like it gets real subtle. So, Jesus, then there's more. Words may convey a bit more than emotional meaning than usual, and the under the radar communication makes inner messages clear. Spiritual deeds are done without a second thought, as life as usual has a certain glow. Filling out earlier imagined schemes pays off, and keeping good company comes with ease. Today is a good time to express how you're feeling with conviction, knowing that you will have some type of kind response. Situations that arise now have a lasting clarity and quality of self-renovation as you move along, and as head and heart are on the same page and tend to remain that way. Okay. So this is great because I saw that, but I feel like this energy is going to struggle to actually do that. So I hope like this energy is fucking dead on. Like how I just read that and then just went to this. Because like doing it with conviction, the message. See what I'm saying? So I'd love to see what the holdup is. All right, we got one more for tomorrow. Assure confidence that will be well. Whatever happens fills the air. And faith in yourself and others is exactly what you need to have something come true. It's a great day for standing for things that require sustained confidence and follow through. Mutual assurance breeds conviction and a platform to share, for all to share. So tomorrow seems good. It's got its ups and downs because there's still energy lingering from the weekend. So let's hope it doesn't get the best of this energy. That to me would be like the conviction, but I didn't feel the gavel. So there's no conviction yet, if you ask me. So to me, it's like right around the corner, or it's going to, but then this gets tricky. So let's see where this leads us. So then we have the 9th, okay, which is justice and the 8 of Wands. Words abound and messages fly for the next couple of days. This is fucking great. When talk will be cheap, follow through may not be. It's a good time for making new contracts and developing old ones, or putting your finger on a feeling that you've been waiting to express. Say what you mean. Don't be afraid to change it, refine it, or on the fly. Just do it. So don't be a perfectionist is what this is saying. Do the right thing, but no need to be a perfectionist. So let's not get in your little head here because shit might get a little crazy. All right. And then for the 10th, right? We got the 6th, 7th, 8th. 9, what? 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. It's easy for everyone to get wound up in their feelings, and you could find yourself chasing your tail in circles until you fall down. Even if you think you've got a big hook on it, even if you think you got a big hook, cut your line if it takes too long to reel him in. Distrimi- n- discri- Diminishing. Oh my God, sometimes I just got to look at it instead of sounding it out. That's why I pause for a minute. Diminishing returns can tire everyone out. Turn hope to disappointment so you can avoid them. So you need more hope than disappointment, because I do feel that energy of I don't know what I'm feeling, but it's there. Okay. So do your best to be more hopeful than to be negative and just, oh, forget it, and that type of energy. Okay. Continuing on the 10th, there's a certain stability in the general atmosphere that makes it safe to say what you want to say and how you feel. You don't have to go that far. Conversation of an emotional might be a phrase. It is time to be mutually reassuring rather than wildly supportive. Projects launched will be stable through perhaps but not very showy. If you are doing a project or plan on launching anything, I do see the stability, okay? I do see the future, the here and now, the atmosphere. Say what you want, feel it. That is a messenger. So there's a lesson here with the communication. So the communication is going for a couple days, okay? And it is regarding something, but it's like, I do feel like someone's using their intuition here, but it could be more than that. We'll get into that. Okay. So now for the 11th, okay? Migraines may pop up at any time, even if you're not in the desert. Feelings and internal visions can get muddled. In emotional miscommunication, other intended or on purpose may get in the way. So don't let your ego get in the way, because that can be very egotistical. Okay. Misentanglements can snowball, so be ready to cut loose and try again later. Avoid certain commitments with certain people. And I do feel like you are trying to, like I said, I do feel like this. It's almost like there's an opportunity, or you have to fill a void, or you need to fill a cup, or you need to empty a cup. So I am getting that same vibe, so that's good. Okay. So today's accomplishments will have you confident, today's accomplishments have a confident feel where what matches what you feel. And in the results down the line, it will move very in accordingly to you. Contracts made now will serve you well, but you don't have time to look back with suspicion or regret. If it feels right, it probably is. So put your best foot forward and follow through. Okay. Why was I doing this? Oh, suspicion and that type of stuff. So this is intuition. So that's great. Stubborn-headedness or being intractable, or stubborn-headedness or hard-headedness, these might describe someone you run across. As your pursuit of a pet option seems to be in order. It pays to make your point, but don't beat it against the wall until it's dead. And don't be the wall either. A powerful day for new beginnings, but only if you're tireless, down the road. Powerful day for beginnings, but only if you're tireless down the road. So it's like you got to make the decision. So like don't hesitate. So this all actually pans out with this. I'm so glad I found this website. Oh, we got one more for the 11th. Expect Expect feelings to get a little more intense in the next few days, particularly due to the bottled up emotions that you kept that people try to keep a lid on. It's hard to say what it is you mean, but there's so much more expectation to deliver at very hand. Best to be utterly sincere, but not say too much that might set off hidden nerves or have seen as a space invasion. I will tell you a little peek into Sunday. Emotional ties are strong and upbeat. All you got to do is ride them. You're born to sail. All right. So I guess this looks like I should name this video, All You Got to Do Is Follow Through. Because in all reality, that just matched the energy here. And the whole story I was trying to explain there ended up coming in through what I just saw there. Absolutely brilliant. There might be somebody here from the UK or something. I don't know what's going on with my English, my accent, because I don't say brilliant either. Brilliant. So make sure this is all about following through, going after what your heart desires, making a practical gesture, doing this, not going back, not looking back, not feeling bad, not feeling regret. You following your intuition. If you know someone's part of your future, then find the room. If you know this job's for you, find the room. If you know that person's for you or you feel like they are, find the room. Okay? Whatever you do, just don't fall back. Because this is where you kind of like you stop following your intuition and it's like it becomes nerve-wracking. Because now you have emotions involved and for some reason something's telling me here the Emperor and the King of Wands is not too happy about vulnerability. And I'm telling you, there's somebody here that's worried about their reputation, which is silliness. It's, again, no regrets. Don't worry about what other people want. Follow your soul. What is it you want? You've been teetering on this for a long time. This is not something that's just like random from what the energy is saying. This is something you've obviously invested in because it's part of your future. Okay. So come Tuesday, come Wednesday, there's going to be a lot more communication going back and forth, whatever this is detailing. So it looks like a decision is going to be made. It looks like somebody mentally, like that's fire, that's action, but I don't feel the action, but it's like a burst of like, all right, fuck it, I got to do the right thing. But so if you're going back and forth, no matter which side you're on, there's a message within that paperwork I just read for you. Both sides, no matter what side you're on. Because I don't know how clear the communication is going to be. You're dealing with somebody who doesn't know how to like really put their feelings into words, is the best way I can kind of describe it. But in order to do something, this energy has to follow through. And it is, they're like, all right, it's like being on their toes, So tomorrow's energy is nice. Okay. It is. And then Wednesday, it really is about, feeling a little more confident with communication. So again, be careful with the communication back and forth, especially if you're dealing with somebody where this type of communication might not be easy. But I wouldn't say cut anybody a break though either. I don't feel that energy either. So This energy needs to take the lead. They need to take action. This is the king of action. This is the king that takes the lead. I'm telling you, this energy is like, I can't believe if I want something to go in this direction, I got to do this. Whether this is you in masculine energy or not. That could be a feminine all day in the masculine energy. But when I just put this up to here, I said put your money where your mouth is. So I don't know what that means to you. Put your money where your mouth is. So like almost like a dare. Would that be a dare? Put your money where your mouth is? Is that a dare or is that more like prove it? I don't know. Put your money where your mouth is. It's like a bet, right? I don't see anybody like egging it on, but so I don't know if that's the other person. Like, all right, put your money where your mouth is. Put your mouth where your money is. It's like, I'm assuming it's like, I'll see it when I believe it type message. Okay. So this week it's follow through. It doesn't look like you can go wrong. They're saying it's a good time to actually speak what you haven't been speaking. Because if you ask me, you've been sabotaging a situation and something had to have gone down because you or vice versa feel the need to ground something. It's just like, how do you do it? Well, you start with communication. I feel like this energy is too worried about how it's going to come off or saying this or saying that or feeling like it's almost like this energy doesn't want to show how much they actually love you because I don't know if they think it gives you the upper hand, which is silliness, but you're dealing with somebody who has their walls up, right? So they're going to think the worst about a situation versus like this is a person like profit and loss. Like this would be a risk versus taking faith, right? Taking a leap of faith. So it is somebody who typically doesn't take action. Like that, put your mouth where the money, whatever. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, I'll see it when I believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. And I keep saying it ass backwards. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who might be dyslexic or the words just don't come out of the mouth right or something like that. So you are dealing with somebody smart, but it's like you got to go at it with like conviction. So like don't think somebody can read your mind if this is you shooting him a text or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that way either, is the vibe I'm getting. It is clear communication, doing the right thing with, like conviction. Like, I don't feel the gavel. And I said that earlier, but there needs to be a gavel. Like, that's it. Like, decision, you ask me tomorrow, like today, tomorrow, like, decisions made. Whether you know it or not, mentally, physically, mind, body, spirit, fifth dimension, decisions made. And then it's like doing the right thing, following your intuition and communicating. But you see how the communication gets a little hairy, like over here. So I don't feel the need to like clarify, to be quite honest with you, because I don't want to make this any more complicated then, because I feel like this is already complicated enough. Just your bigger message is just follow through. Because you have topsy-turvy energy, like, I'd rather just run, or I don't want to do nothing, or you know what I'm saying? Like buying time. You don't, it's not like that. You don't have time to buy time. And it said it in that paperwork too. So it's like pushing it to the limit. Like, I don't know if somebody's at their threshold. I don't know. I don't think it's nay or yay. If it's court, I don't think it's nay or yay. But at least make a decision before a final decision comes in, because it takes two sides of a situation or a story to make a final decision, right? You got to hear everybody out, what, something like that. So
I just put my laundry in. I'm gonna go shower, and then I'll switch it when I'm done with my shower.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, Stan. I'm just wrapping up YouTube. So, like I said, I don't want to confuse more, because I can already feel that there. Okay. So, can you shut the door if you're gonna sit in here? Oh, I was gonna say I don't mind if you're sitting here. It's just that outside noise is too much.
I was just saying how I wish these were mine.
So this is like the communication. Then it's like uncertainty. But then it also says Sunday if you follow through.
I'm closing them. Hey guys, you guys will see me in the video.
Yummy is saying hi. So this is also saying, like, on Sunday, if you would actually follow through, like, there's a whole bunch, but it talks about good day, small adventures, motions, energy. You might feel a little choppy. Try to avoid hasty things if it comes to other people or other people that are trying to butt in. So we'll get into that next week. But a good day for small adventure. No, is the first one. Emotional ties are strong and upbeat. All you have to do is ride them. You were born to sail. Foundations laid today will be a firm and supportive way to continue to evolve. All right. Feelings of friendship abound, and it's easy to see the good side in everyone. Just remember, there may be other sides too. So there's other people involved, clearly. There's other scenarios going down, clearly. Guess if you do what's best for you. Because this is setting long-term into... It's like a small gesture or something small. It might seem huge to somebody, but it is a page. It's something small, but it's huge. It is laying a foundation for the future, especially if you were dealing with somebody who was doing nothing. It looks like you were dealing with somebody who kind of like, when on their timing, like, oh, Jesus. Just watching, stalking, admiring, fantasizing, This is somebody who doesn't want you to truly know how they feel. Like, they only want to give you so much, but they have to do it the right way, or you only want to give so much and you feel like you have to do it the right way. So it's enough to build something. It's enough to build on, but it's almost like, as much as they want it all and they see the future, it's almost like what I'm getting is like scary. Like, they don't want to reveal, like they don't want you to know like how much they truly love you, because I don't know if they're just uncomfortable with feeling like they're in love, or uncomfortable thinking that they care for you more than you care for them. It's the strangest vibe I'm getting. And if there's something taboo here, someone is worried about like their reputation, but it looks like they're going to do it anyway. If anything, I don't think they're too worried about it. And if they are worried about it, it's like this energy wants to be in control. So they might be a little intimidated, thinking if they get swept away. Like, I think that, like, I'm just, because it's like the Emperor and the King of Wands, right? This is very under the rug, incognito, like man of the house, woman of the house. You get what I'm saying? So it's almost like they don't want to show too much, because then they feel like they're too vulnerable. And it's they're worried about you having the upper hand or getting swept away. And it's like, I don't know if it's the first time they're really experiencing like a different kind of love. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say like intimidating. You are dealing with somebody who wants to be in charge, though. So they're going to have to learn to submit here and there. Because that's a very controlling, in charge demeanor. Like, when I say go, you go. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I say no, you agree. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. You might have met your match. because I'm like dying. This person's like, what the fuck? I can't believe I got to do this. It's kind of funny. I hope whoever this is, it works out for you, especially if there has been a big blowout and someone got caught in lies or something and it's bigger. I feel like someone got caught up in lies and it's self-sabotage. I feel like it's back to like the South Node where it's like there's definitely someone's lying to somebody and keeping something from somebody else. So again, this energy, I don't think they're intimidated. It's more if they let loose, because this is uptight. So a tightwad, what is that? So this is somebody that's like uptight, So it's almost like if they let loose, it's like it gives you the control. So slow and steady wins the race with this fucking person, I guess. I'm telling you. I don't see anything bad. It's kind of funny. So I don't know. It's better than doing nothing, right? But you are setting a solid foundation for something because you have that inner knowing. So it is learning something. So you are going to feel like a weight is dropped. Whoever this masculine is going to feel a huge sigh of relief when this gets expressed, believe it or not. And it might take a couple days. So I don't know how that's going to hit everybody or if you even want to communicate with this person. I don't know what just happened or if something's going to happen today because like this is today. So something clearly happened Sunday. And this person knows that there's no fucking playing around. So whatever this situation is regarding, it's been ongoing and the sea turtle. What did I just say? Slow and steady wins the race too, right? Sea turtle, protection. So there's something here protected. You are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Perseverance and will, you can succeed. You will have everything you need. You will be protected and you will be happy. Okay? So I guess it's just time to follow through. Oh yeah, Sheldon came through too, right? Total energy. It's so funny. I was just saying to somebody the other day. I want to say my exact words. I'm like, you're such a turtle. I almost, is that what, because I was thinking sloth in my head. But it's funny because I literally just said that. And now we were talking about Sheldon and now another turtle. So I don't know. It looks good. All right. It really does. It looks like, up and down, like, oh my gosh, I really don't know if this is, yada yada, a little bit of chaos. But at the end of the day, you're doing what you feel like is the right thing, or just I think it's just a matter of following through and not letting your insecurities get the best of you. You know what I mean? With whatever this is regarding. Because I can see like the fluctuation of insecurities and then confidence and so there's that. I love how the energy came out and we just kind of started talking and explained this and that, and then it matched the energy there. So a lot of you could be feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot, okay? Just focus on what makes you happy at the end of the day. This is also telling me there's a lot of people around that probably won't be too happy about your decisions, right? But I don't really see that being a problem. I just hope it doesn't become a problem because we did read that too. Like, be careful. Like, don't go backwards, or did I do that, or I did this? Like, because other people are not going to like what you choose, and you're choosing what's best for you. You're choosing your own happiness, what, you know? So technically, if you think about it, that bird eats those, you know? So I don't know if you just, I don't know. It's like there just needs to be an execution. It just needs to, like, that's it, you know? And I do see that's it. Decisions being made, communications coming back and forth. It's just like nailing the nail on the head or something. Lots of little things for you, but because this is the energy where it's like, don't let your past regrets or anything get in the way of filling this cup. It is time to execute and take action because the King of Wands takes action. It's not time to putz around and look at photos and watch, stalk online and, videos of photos that you guys shared with each other or whatever the case may be. It's time to put your money where the mouth is. It's time to put your mouth where the money is. It's time for you to put your money where the mouth is. It's time to, I believe it when I see it. Okay. That's what time it is. So time is running thin on your side. Cause if I have that, I believe it when I see it, then there's been lots of disappointments and letdowns and, certain stuff. So careful if you have masculine energy, how you're coming off. Well, I don't want to tell you to be careful either, and then you're intimidated and like, oh, if I say it this way, I say it that way. That's what spirit's saying. Like, don't do that. Don't go back and forth. If you really truly say how you feel from your soul, you don't have to worry about back and forth and what you write or what you say, to be quite freaking honest with you. But this energy might, because it's new to them. I strongly feel like this person feels like if they tell you too much or they give you too much or they ground something, like they're going to get lost in it. And it's like, what's meant for you is for you. You're not going to get lost in it. If anything, it's going to become more beautiful and more powerful and more structured and more protected and more solid. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to overwhelm you or this and that, all the fears that you have now, if this is meant for you. Get what I'm saying? So there's some fears here, but they're trying to push through fears, but I hope that makes sense. Like this person really does feel like if they, like, that's just the vibe I'm getting. Like they open up too much, then they can't show you that they love you that much, because then it's just like you having the upper hand. Like this, you're dealing with somebody who needs to be in control. So you're gonna have to give them a little wiggle room and let them feel a little in control, but they're gonna have to submit sometimes. You guys are gonna have to find your happy medium, like when not to, whether it's a boss or anything, like when to argue, when not to argue, when to pull out, when to just let somebody else win. You know what I mean? But this isn't about winning or losing. This is about setting a foundation that's going to grow if it's done right. So, or if it's done at all. It does look like you got the energy on your side this week to see this through, which is nice. It's really just the topsy turvy here of, I think, reputation or the repetitiveness or used to going, because this is going in a brand new direction. This is like letting things evolve. And that's good. And I will tell you, the Emperor has had time with change and evolving because they're structured, right? Conditioned. So whoever the woman is he's approaching, or the other man, I think you would probably know how to handle it. So, but I do chuckle because I'm telling you, it's like, fuck. It's like they know they have to do something. If they don't, the other person will be on their merry way. It is what it is. It's time to lay a foundation. It is time to evolve with something. So clearly something could not evolve anymore. There's no sun. Nothing was growing, nothing was shining. Like there was people hiding. It was a shit show. So It does look positive. Like I said, you do have the energy on your side. There is protection here. So don't worry about your fears. Don't worry about how you say something. Like I said, if something's meant for you, it's meant for you. Not one's gonna overpower the other one. It's equality. It's synergy. It's not gonna work that way. If you're meant to be, you will be. It's not one's not gonna have the upper hand over the other. Okay, so it might come down to compromising. Like I said, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be a huge offer. It might be huge for them though. You know, but it's enough to get the ball rolling. Laying a foundation is better than doing nothing. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll be back when I'm back. Back at some point. I went to the 10th, right, with the weekly energy. I got to get in that full moon. I'll figure it out. So, have a good week. This is probably why the energy is like, it's a lot for somebody. It's got to be a lot for the other person, too. By the looks of it, the other person's not too happy. If it's coming in Tower and Seven of Swords. And if this one feels like they have to do it or they'll lose you. It's got this gotta be a lot of love there, guys, with the Ace of Cups and the Emperor. It's like wanting to protect you and certain stuff, but like you guys' love language is different. It might not be though. I think it's I don't know. I don't actually think it probably would be. Not if this is a protected connection, right? So your love language is probably the same, but the expression is different. You are not dealing with somebody who is very expressive. They could be like a giant Care Bear, but this is not like lovey-dovey, like, oh, like it's not. I don't see where the woman comes in, or if it's same sex, the other man. I don't see where they come in, so I don't know what your love language would be, but or like your vibe, but I can tell with just off of like his vibe. But I'm telling you though, if this is protected, then there's nothing to really worry about. So just try to lay the foundation the best you can. Have the confidence, the willpower, the discipline, all the good characters that you have, put them to use towards something new because all the other cups are full. It is time for something new, that's for sure. You know? So I just feel like this person feels like they're going to get lost or swept away if they express too much. But I'm telling you, like, I don't know why I'm picking up on that vibe, but it's like, I'm telling you, like, if it's protected, it won't be like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get lost. Like, the two of you can get lost in love together, but you're not going to get lost. Like, you're not going to get distracted from work. You're not going to get this. You're not going to get that. Distracted from the family. Like, this emperor is like, what the fuck? Now I gotta like add this into the equation. Like, how do I do this? Like, this is somebody who has like their future pinned. It's like pegged. There is like, I know the outcome and I'm gonna work and work and work and work until I get what that outcome is. So I don't really need distraction. So it's almost like they're kind of looking at your distraction, but not as a distraction anymore because it's like falling in love. But it's still for them to process how to put you here is still a lot, because if you're dealing with a workaholic with the Emperor next to the Pentacle, if you're dealing with a workaholic, money comes first. Now this person fell in love, and now they got to figure out how to put that into that cup. Get what I'm saying? So it's not that you're dealing with a complete ass. It's just this person's fixated on, it's an emperor. This person could be fixated on retirement or having so much money in the bank before they retire or something like that. Like they have an end game, they have a goal. Get what I'm saying? So it's distracting them from the love because this is what they do best. But now they got to incorporate it. You guys will figure it out. It's really not the end of the world. It's really not. Like I said, like I really feel like if it's protected, no matter how this one feels or that one feels, I think if you just kind of like both compromise and agree to at least flow or lay some type of foundation or something to try to stabilize something, I think it's more important to like be in the present moment and just enjoy each other and try not to like stress out of all these other things, because I think there's just like a like needless worry here, if that makes sense. Everybody has their shit, but it does look like it's definitely up to the masculine to make a move. So obviously if the woman is not in this read, then she's not too happy with him, or she's just went in a different direction. There's no bickering, there's no nothing, because you're not on the board. Get what I'm saying? It was either like a clean break or a truce or something like that. Or it wasn't a clean break with the tower being there and the seven of swords. They got caught in a lie, or however it goes down for you guys, you know. So, all right. I love you guys. Hope you have a great night. I'll see you soon.